So we're here today at the store. I'm picking up the Citristrip. I read some good reviews about this product. I have a project where I need to remove the varnish, the lacquer from a door, my AC door, and it's a folding AC door. And basically this, instead of having to use sandpaper and going through every little nook that it has in there, I thought this would probably do a better job for me. So we're gonna give this a try. I'm also gonna be getting just a brush, any brush, an expensive brush should do, because it's just for applying the Citristrip. So we'll have that, we have the gloves, and we're ready to go. So this is what we're gonna be working with, this folding wooden door. And I'm just preparing the area here. I'm gonna get some plastic also. I don't want to stain the cement that much. So this is our patient today. So I'm gonna go ahead and pour some of that Citristrip in this little container. We have our brush here, our gloves for protection. I'm also wearing protection glasses, and we'll see. I have divided this in 4 pieces. Actually, it's going to be 8 pieces, but each side is going to be 4 pieces. And at this little quadrant here, I applied it. So I'm going to let it be. And I'm going to continue with this other quadrant. And we'll see the result. I'm trying to make sure that I applied everywhere in the area that I'm covering. So hopefully the results are going to be the right ones. You probably can't tell, but I have coated this whole front face completely. And at this point, it's just a matter of waiting. We'll come back in a little bit and we'll start. I'll try to scrape it. This is just simply use pressure cleaning so that it just it should rip that paint off. So we'll give it its time. We'll come back in. It's been about 15 minutes, but look at this. It's already looking dull, like it's already just melting away that coat of, in this case it was just lacquer, or just a transparent coat. But it's incredible. You know how much work does it take to just, by sanding, especially the in-betweens there, it's just too much work, and that's exactly what I didn't want to do. I was just working on this, but I looked that one up and had very good reviews. There's some that supposedly work in 2 minutes, but this one hands down seems to be the one that does the better job. So we'll see once it's all done. Again, I'll be patient. I'll wait for the proper time. I'm going to use my pressure cleaner on that too, just to rip off as much, or the paint that needed to be painted off. But just getting this done by sanding, just a lot of sandpaper is going to go, a lot of elbow grease, just a lot of work and time and frustration, because it takes too much time just by sanding it off. So, and even getting into those details, the fact that we can brush it in, just put it there. But again, I'm amazed. Look at this. It's already like pretty much peeled off. It looks dull, so I know that that's going to come off like nothing. And I'm sure that if little areas that I didn't treat well, I'm just going to have to retreat them. And it's just pretty much think of it as a coat of paint. And let it sit, let it dry, and then come and reap your benefits, versus working on sanding and making a mess and the whole works. That would do the work for me. Hopefully this is it. So here I am. I'm actually pressure cleaning it. So we'll see how that goes. So this is a second coat of the Citristrip. I'm gonna rinse it off now. Actually left it overnight. I just decided to, hey, might as well just let it work and see what happens. And I gave it a second coating because there were areas that were not quite stripped off. That was my fault. I have to say it was my I didn't apply as generous probably, or as careful. So this is what it looks like now. I haven't yet rinsed it off, so I'm going to go ahead and rinse it off. Well, on a note too, I need to mention that using a pressure cleaner, you got to be very careful, because if your pressure washer, that is too strong, too powerful. Mine, it's really a non-commercial one. It's this old Karcher, whatever brand that is. So it's not really a strong unit, but even with that, I noticed I started kind of damaging the wood a little bit. So I'm gonna go a little easier on, just a little more distance, and just use it for the purpose of rinsing off what's there. Okay, so here's the door. I think the best thing is for me to get closer up. See, it's really paint ready. I mean, I think I can use just a little bit of sandpaper just to get it finally ready for painting, but this is as is here in the paint ready. I just got, just little areas here and there that might have something that I need to get off. Well, but it's not gonna take a lot of work. It's did a great job. So I'm pretty pleased with what I was able to accomplish without having to just be sanding, using up a lot of sandpaper and spending a lot of time. I like this Citristrip. It has done a good job for me. I did 2 coats, as I mentioned, just to treat certain areas that I didn't get to correctly. But it beats just the whole thing. It's more of a waiting game more than just sweating and cleaning up a big mess later. All I used was my pressure cleaner at a distance, because certain areas certainly were getting a little damaged, and again, that's where I'm going to use my sandpaper, just kind of to smooth it out, and then just get it ready to paint. But I'm sure this is going to be just fine just by the looks of it.